Good morning, everybody. I am back. I'm sorry I haven't posted any videos, but I've been frustrated, so let's talk about it while on our way to the nail salon. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Yesterday, I was on the phone with the IRS for a total of 4 hours. 4 hours I was on the phone with IRS, and I had to call them back twice. So that's why it was a total of 4 hours. I mean, the amount of time they make you stay on the phone, on their hold times is ridiculous. So the reason why I was calling IRS is because 5 years ago, I started my LLC. And at the time, I had some ideas of what I wanted to do, but initially, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I went to a company, and I'm not going to mention their name. It's a very popular company. A lot of people go to them to form their LLCs. So when they asked me what I wanted to do, I really didn't know. So I put real estate, vending, and also I put trucking. Now, if anybody knows, trucking is a red flag. I didn't actually want to do trucking, but I was thinking about doing the trucking, the operational part, right? Like dispatching. I wanted to have my own company, my own trucking company, and I wanted to do dispatch. So I put that in there. So now they formed my LLC, and I have all these different names. I have one company name, but it functioned as 3 different companies. So my LLC from the beginning was formulated wrong. I decided to go with real estate, which I'm doing now, is the rental arbitrage. And this is the dilemma I'm having. The IRS form that I have, the SS4 form, it has my old business name on there. I called what did I call? I was getting ready to say CPA, but not my CPA. I called my registered agent and told her that I wanted to do an amendment. I wanted to change my name, and I also wanted to change the function because I wanted to have the vending and the trucking removed. So they amended my LLC. Fine, I have that. So now I'm calling the IRS because I need them to update the SS4 form. They tell you to call this number, and they give you a list of instructions what to do, but it's unclear. And then when you call them, sorry guys, I'm driving, but when you call them, they give you misinformation, or they tell you, you have to dial this prompt. And I say, well, can you transfer me? They say, oh no, you have to call back. So I did that. So yesterday I was on the phone for 4 hours and got nothing done. So today I'm going to go to the nail salon, get a pedicure. I'm going to reset. When I get home, I'm going to go at it again. And I'm also going to figure out how to change my operating agreement. And the reason why I'm doing all of this is because my vision for Global Noir is to be global. I want to do corporate leasing, and I want to get multiple property, and I don't want to have to use my funds. So I need everything to be cohesive. I need for all the paperwork to have the same name, the same, it's going to have the same EIN number, because the EIN number doesn't change. It's just the name and what the function of the business is, because I no longer have vending and trucking as a part of my LLC. But I just want to say it's frustrating, but right now I have to remind myself I am building right now. I am in the building stage right now. I'm doing the root work, and it takes a little time. You know, entrepreneurship is not glamorous. It can be rewarding, which I do feel it is rewarding. It is rewarding. But it's a lot of work. And you want to have things done right. You want to have things aligned so that your business is functioning properly. You know, especially if you see it as a long-term business. You know, I have a vision for my business to be global. I have a vision for my brand to be as big as Nike or Apple. So there's some things that I have to do. So also, I am going to be registering my business, you know, getting my certifications for Black-owned business, women, minority business, things of that nature. So everything has to be right, meaning the address, everything just has to align. So right now, that is what I'm doing. There's some things I have to do this week. I'm going to write it out and take you guys behind the scenes so that you can see what it is, because a lot of times people get on social media, they get on YouTube, and they show you everything that's perfect. They show you when they have arrived to their destination. Right now, what I want to do is I want to show you the building phase. I want to show you that everything isn't perfect, but with work, things get better. I want to show you that, you know, you can also start your business. If your aspirations is to get on YouTube, do it. Don't be afraid if you don't have the right camera quality, you know, you don't have the right lighting, things are not perfect, because I could tell you something about myself. I am a perfectionist. I like things to be in line. I like symmetry, and when things are not aligned, it makes me hyper focus on that thing until it gets done. And what I learned about myself is that by having that trait, I could say, it makes me procrastinate. I procrastinate because I don't want to put anything out there that doesn't seem right in my eyes. You know, you can look at other people's progress and feel that you're not where you're supposed to be, and you just don't want to do it. And I said, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to put out my material, whether it's perfect or not, because nothing's perfect, you know. But I want you guys to see the progression. I want you to see that, wow, I remember when she was here, and now look at her now. Just to encourage you and let you know that you can do it too. And the reason why I mentioned Nike, I am reading a book. Like, I read 10 pages a day, and I'm reading a book by Phil Knight, and it's called Shoe Dog, and he's the founder of Nike. And when you read everything that company went through, the resilience, the hurdles that they had to jump, you know, he started that company when he was a young man, I believe in his early 20s, and he's from Oregon. And at that time back, I believe he started that company or envisioned it back in the 60s. So at that time, nobody ever thought of that idea. And that's another thing. If God gives you an idea and he gives you a vision, the worst thing you can do is talk to small-minded people, because people will tell you, oh, you know, it's never been done, I don't think you can do it, you know, and you end up believing that. So that's why it's important to get around like-minded people. It really is. And I'm so grateful for my community that I'm in, because we're all on this journey together, because we want something greater for ourselves and our family. And the community that I'm in, you know, everybody is in their beginning, it's all different things. They're, you know, beginning entrepreneurs, mid, advanced, but it is a very welcoming community, and I love that. I love that. But yeah, so it's a lot of work, like I said, but again, it's rewarding. And I'm planting seeds right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm planting seeds, and we're going to get this off. So the goal is to get 2 properties in Tulum for right now, because in Tulum, Mexico, the property comes furnished already. You know, your credit doesn't have to be so great. And credit really isn't a thing. They just want to know that you can afford the property. If you can afford the property, it's a go. And I love that. But I am getting properties in the states. And one of the states that I'm going to will be Nashville. And the reason why I want to go to Nashville is very booming. It's popular, you know. You can make a lot of money there, you know, if your systems are set up right. So we'll go over systems and everything. Like, this is going to be a broad spectrum of things. Like, I want you guys to see everything. I didn't want to do this channel and show you, you know, the arrival point, because to me there really isn't no arrival point, right? You are continuously growing and continuously expanding, and that's what I want. I want you guys to see, like, I'm not at the beginning, but I'm not far from the beginning. You know, right now, like I told you guys, I am doing the groundwork. I am fixing my LLC, fixing my EIN number. I do have a NAS code, but the thing with the NAS code, right, I have to make sure that my business name is on it. So with NAS code, they told me to call them back once I get the information from the IRS. Once I receive my document stating my name change and my business name change, my business name change, and what else? The business name, and also the, what is it called? I believe it's the entity of the business. Then I give them a call back. They will update it in their system. And I need all of that to align so that I can build business credit. Because I'm going to tell you, honestly, I was doing this thing all wrong, because I was using my money. And I don't want to use my money. Nobody builds a business using their own money. Like, that's the wrong thing to do. You know? But I can't get funding or grants until my paperwork is lined up. So right now, we're doing the fundamental parts, building the foundation, getting our paperwork right. Once our paperwork is right, we can go. We can go. And I'm going to be so excited to take you guys to Tulum to see the property, show you that process, and, you know, get my properties and show you how you can do it as well. But right now, I just want you guys, if you are starting your entrepreneurial journey and you are wanting to form your LLC, I just implore you to do it the correct way. Really sit down, think about what you want to do, what you want the name of your business to be, and all of that. And oh, I forgot to say, the reason why, I mean, I could have started another LLC. I have two. But the reason why I didn't start another LLC and I decided to use my previous one, the one that I'm using now, is because I wanted to keep the age of the business. I wanted to keep the age for funding purposes, right? You can get funding for new LLCs, I believe, at 6 months. Most banks like to see that you had your LLC for 2 years, but I think about 6 months you can get funding. So my LLC, my first LLC, is 5 years, and once I fix the paperwork and make sure everything is aligned, then I'm gonna go and get the funding, and I'll be taking you guys through that journey. I won't be taking you in the bank. I can't do no reporting in the bank, but I will take you to the bank and document that journey, document my funding process, document how I go about getting my certifications for my LLC, and we're gonna go from there. Everything is going to align, and everything is gonna work out perfectly. You can't rush things. You know, sometimes we see others and we're like, look at where they're at, and I want to be there. But sometimes when you rush, you have to go back and redo, and that ends up, you know, taking even longer. So yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to go on this journey. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I believe it's going to be interesting because I think everybody should have a business. I think everybody should own a business. I think everybody should work for themselves. You know, I used to have a job. I retired from my job. I did 16 and a half years there, and I retired. I got my pension, and I was settled on not ever working again. I was just like, I'm good. You know, I want to travel. You know, I don't want to do another 9 to 5. I don't want to answer to any more. And I was a supervisor, but I had a supervisor. But I just didn't want that hustle or bustle of having to get up early in the morning, fighting rush hour traffic. So I've been retired since 2016. So I've been retired for a while. But don't you know, God always has more for us. So he was like, nah, this ain't it for you. You have more to do. So being retired wasn't enough for me. I was like, nah, I got to do something. And God started putting things in me that I didn't even know were there. So here I am on this entrepreneurial journey, and I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I'm so excited for you guys to see this process. And I want you guys to see the hiccups. I want you guys to see the bumps in the road. I want you guys to see the success. I want you to see it all. So that's what I'm going to be documenting. And yeah, so we'll come back and we will discuss what is next. And we'll take it from there. But I'm glad that you guys are here, and please subscribe. I mean, this is not a perfect YouTube channel. I don't want it to be. I want it to be a real channel. I want it to be a channel where you guys see the things that I do, see the mistakes that I may make, see how I fix them, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. Or, you know, and I want you to see the success. I want you to know that you can do it too. I believe we all can do it. And yeah, I'm excited. So please subscribe. I want you guys there. And please leave a comment if you have any advice, or if you've been through this journey or you're going through this journey. Please comment. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know how it's working out for you. And if there's anything that I can help you with, I will. Because one thing I do know is that I don't want you guys to have to make the same mistakes that I made. Like, I'm learning on this journey as well. And I want everyone to succeed. That's what I want. I want everyone to succeed. And I believe we all can do it. I definitely believe we all can do it. Yep. So I thank you guys for taking this ride with me. We are almost to the nail salon. Yeah, I just need a reset. Because I tell you, them alphabet boys, the IRS, they are something else. And you know what? They're not going to deter me. They're not going to defeat me, because I have a purpose and I know that God has more for me. And I got to get this done. So I'm not playing with them. They're open today from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. your local time. I'm Central Time right now. So if you were Eastern, they would be open for you. 7 to 7 Eastern, but I'm Central, so they're still open 7 to 7 Central Time. So when I get out this nail salon, you best to believe I'm calling them back. And I will let you guys know how that turns out. Because, well, yeah, we're going to get this done. Because we got things to do, right? 2026 is a big year. It's a year of blessings for us all. And we ain't got time to play with these guys, right? We do not have time to play with these folks. So yeah, I am here, and I thank you guys for taking a ride with me to the nail salon, and I will update you guys about what happened with the IRS in a later video. Thank you. See you later.